Now, to inspire this improvised Shakespeare show, I need something from you in the audience. What I need is an object.
Crayon.
Crayon? Give me some more.
Phone charger.
Anything else?
Diaper.
Spatula.
Ooh.
Flask.
A blender.
Oh, I heard flask. I heard flask. That's a wonderful object. They all were, but let's be honest, flask was better. Really priming you guys, right? Great, so we're going to be inspired by flask. This show, like I said, is going to be filmed, so laugh a little louder, enjoy a little deeper, cry a little harder if it gets emotional. And most importantly, put your hands together, usually for blank verse!
A learned man upon a stool does sit.
With pencil in his hand, moving so quick.
Inside his stomach churns a bigger pit.
His very insides do feel very thick.
Professor is his name, and word his game.
Not only his name, but also his job.
He must instill some students all the same.
And put the information in their knobs.
For if they fail, it reflects poorly on.
The school and him himself as a teacher.
So he frets on and on till break of dawn.
And sometimes so long he feels like a preacher.
A class of half-wits, is that too much to ask?
But sometimes it just calls for another flask. Amazing, hey guys. I'm Jamie.
My name's Matt.
And we are Blank Verse Impro. We cut the V because it sounds fancier and European.
Yeah. We're Canadian. And what we're going to do is improvise some Shakespeare. What we just did for you is a sonnet. It's a poem that is written in iambic pentameter. And for people that don't know anything about that, it was a form of poetry that was used in Shakespeare's time that was thought to best match the way we normally speak. So the whole thing about Shakespeare is it's actually meant to be poetry that is easily understood.
Yeah, and that's why the 5 iambs, iambic pentameter, da-dum, 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 is supposed to mimic the sound of a heart, which makes it really, when it's done well, high momentum, awesome, emotional ride. And most of the time, it's not like that.
So one of the things we want to do, we both love Shakespeare, we're both trained actors and as well as improvisers, and we love it so much, we want to make it a bit more accessible, so that's what we're trying to do here tonight. So we're going to break it down a little bit, we're going to chat with you, we're going to make sure no person is left behind, everyone is going to understand this Shakespeare show, okay? Does that sound okay? Before we start, we're wondering if there's anyone out there who ever went to a cocktail party and thought, you know what, I could write a play. I've seen a play, I could write it. Now what we're not looking for is someone that's a professional that has written a play.
No.
We do not want that.
No, Will Shakespeare was the son of a glove maker. We want the modern day equivalent. We don't want someone that wants to actually put work into their dream. They just want to be able to tell people, I wrote a play last spring. And then they'll pat you on the back and give you grant money.
We can give you that experience now. So can we bring up the house lights now? Someone that would just help us out a little bit. We'll ask you a few questions. And then you can say after this is done, I wrote a little bit of a play. What do you think? Oh, we don't want to have to point at you. So if someone's going to be brave, just like Shakespeare was brave, and now he's dead. So in the end, you're going to be dead too. So it doesn't really matter.
What did you guys do? Oh, yes, thank you.
All right. Brave and flexible. Thank you very much. Yes, have a seat. What's your name?
I'm Amelia.
Hi, Amelia. Let's give a big round of applause. Here we go. This is the modern talk show version of the part of the show. So Amelia, now for this play that you're going to help us create, there was 3 basic types of plays that Shakespeare wrote: tragedies, comedies, and histories. Okay. Now, rest assured, this is improv, and it is going to be funny. So if you say tragedy, it doesn't mean we can't laugh together, and if you say comedy, it doesn't mean there won't be sad parts. But for your purposes, what type of play do you think you want to see us create here tonight?
A comedy. comedy.
A comedy, great. Okay, so we've got some questions I'm just going to ask you. And just whatever comes to the top of your head, just please answer. We're not looking for anything specific at all. Everything you say is wonderful. Okay? Great, Amelia. So, the first thing we're going to do here is, where did you grow up?
Round Rock, Texas.
Round Rock, Texas. Wow, so is that like a small town? It sounds like a small town, but that just might be my ignorance. Tell me a little bit about it.
It's like a growing suburbia right outside of Austin.
Okay, so it's a suburb outside of Austin.
Yeah.
Great, okay. And so were you there with your family growing up?
Yeah.
So what did your family look like?
I've got my dad, I got my mom, my stepmom, my twin brothers, 2 half-sisters.
So yeah, I've been missing some sort of Brady Bunch scenario in suburban Austin.
Busy group.
Yeah.
Suburban Austin. I've heard great things about Austin. It's nice.
Yeah,
Great.
check it out sometime.
So I will now. This is great because we're going to explore it a little bit today, I feel like. Now, in your family dynamics, what are some things that you feel like work really well, or kind of like healthy family dynamics? Like, what are things about your family, like, our family is strong because of this? What would you say?
High sperm count.
Or something less creepy.
We keep a Google Calendar.
So you're organized.
Yeah.
You keep a Google Calendar. That's wonderful.
Color-coded for each family member's things.
You can't make that up. That's got to be true. That's amazing. Okay, so you're organized, and always even before Google, you guys are still organized?
I don't know what happened before.
Neither do I. It's prehistory at this point, right? So that's great. Those are some healthy habits. And if someone if you were to talk to a friend, be like, my family is dysfunctional in this way. What's something you're like, we always do this. That might be frustrating or just kind of silly.
My family likes to like make drastic changes and like get life coaches and like change diets and like start exercise and like they do like weird kicks of something.
Those monsters.
Sounds super dysfunctional. Okay, that's wonderful. I love that. And this is just a little bit out of left field, but do you have like a fairy tale or a story as a child that really resonated with you? Something that you remember liking growing up?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Cinderella.
Cinderella. And was it the step sibling thing, or was there more than that? Did you identify it with her? What was it about Cinderella?
I identified with Cinderella because I was the only kid who had to do chores.
Oh, so it really is really directly. And also, did mice sing to you? That's what I'm wondering.
In my head.
Okay.
But no.
That's not part of the normal suburban Texas thing. Okay. Well, I feel like, Jamie, how do you feel? I feel like you've got a great place to start.
Yeah, I wrote slave labor for those that have a hard time reading from far away.
Okay, great. I'm glad we got slave labor on film. Okay, great. Okay, so the last thing, we just need everybody to give Amelia a big round of applause! Okay, and now we're going to start to do this thing. We're going to improvise an iambic pentameter to the best of our ability. We'll check in a little bit just to make sure everyone's on the same page. But we're going to start this story, and the story we're going to tell you is called A Tale of a Family That Has Many Arms.
Amazing. Hast thou found anything that thou likest?
Nay, sir, I am still here upon these plains, searching for something which can help our quest.
Hey, Thou hast been searching up and down for nigh on 3 years, and I, your faithful companion, have followed you to and fro. And I am happy to do so, yea, until the all end of the world, good sir. For I do think thee a great king, yea, bestowed upon thee a great power from heaven. I do think so.
Yea, sir. There is upon me a great power, which I do but here see across these plains. Aye, for here is at the edge of a great city. Not the city itself, but the edge of such a city. And people here will go their day to day. They will live, they will die. They will come, they will go. For this is a great many traveled road. The intersection here wherein doth remind me of only in my heart the coronary artifact which one day soon will cease to beat.
Oh, my liege, I do see as thou talkest upon this subject that a great vein doth pulse in thy forehead, and a great stress hath undergone thy shoulders, sir. What is about this city that doth tremble ye so?
Aye, it is but round and round this city, aye, many rounds and many ups and downs, you see, for this not is the city in and of itself. We need some density, I say, but nay, the lords will have their nilly way, a suburb here, a suburb there, a suburb for everyone.
Urban sprawl, for so it sprawls out on the canvas of the land, lest paint doth drip out from a centre splot.
Aye, and like a many blotched Jackson Pollock, one cannot tell one suburb from the next.
Yea. So tell me, master, tell me, have we found what we have searched for all these long years, or must we still go traveling through the ancient desert that is Texas?
Nay, their story will be here, aye. We will but plant ourselves upon this place and learn from whence we come. We shall but see the family trees entwined to grow, perhaps to wither here. For yes, the landscape now is barren, but our minds be full and wet and moist.
Moist.
Aye, thou sayest it well. Say it again, my chap.
Moist.
Aye, it is a many plentiful word.
It is a fun word to say out in the desert where moist water has not touched my lips for nary a year. Tell me, sir, for when must I rest, and when must we finally reach our stomping ground?
We must observers be. If here unto this desert we can find some sort of family that to function, aye, a very shining light in what is mostly death and turmoil amongst the people who are soon related. If we can but find this shining family, perhaps the love of my life may come back to me, and I shall understand from whence she left me, good sir.
Yea, I'll follow you, and I will never flake, for it is true that thou hast higher stakes. Great. So, Matt, what do we just see here? Where are we at?
Yeah, so
That's the prologue of this play.
we set the scene. We don't really know much. It's kind of barren, desert-like.
Barren desert, Texas.
Yeah, and like basically society is kind of crumbled. It feels like there's no good families left.
We have these two fellas.
Yeah, and they feel like they're travelers, observers. Maybe they might not necessarily factor in too much to our story.
Sure. and you were talking quite a long time about the suburbs.
Yeah, exactly.
He was talking beautifully about it. but it was long.
Yeah. That could be a bit more concise. Good note, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got this crumbling suburb, and I think we need to see, the story of this family. So in some way, we're going to enter in and start to see the dynamics that are from this family. That's the shining example.
Great.
And see if they're going to succeed or crumble down like the rest of the world.
Sounds like a winner to me. Great.
Dost thou smell the fruit upon the breeze? Nay, stepsister, I do not.
Yea, I can smell it, I can smell it. We're in this very room. I can smell it even though it is 3 miles away. Yea, that's where the nearest leaf doth grow, is 3 miles down the road.
Thou thy sense olfactory are much superior to mine. I do but wish one day that I could too have such a sense of something, for like here the desert air I am but dry.
Yea, thou have a sense of feeling, for thou art my most passionate sister, although our family has no sense to speak of, that of the monetary type.
And we are poor, thou art my most serious sister. I the passion, you the serious. I the person that is never taken at once she said, but is what she is not thinking is more important it may seem.
Yea, but thou neglects to mention our third sister, Bianca, who...
How darest thou bring the name of foul Bianca unto this just discourse?
How darest thou bring the name of your sister in the room with her sister, and thou spits upon her name as it doth exit my mouth? How dare you?
I dare me as my passions do compel. I am like the wind. I blow one ear out the other. I will say, I will not say. Who knows? I am then Constance, sister.
Yea. 'Tis ironic that thy name is Constance.
I, Seriosa. I. Pray, here our family many too much has. We have not any of this gold, which could provide us with some sort of future. We do but have this want, this need, which grows, and ever does Father multiply the children.
Yea, but what to do are we in that matter? For Father is long gone overseas in the wars of Europe.
I dare you, Europe, to take our father from us such. The French, the Dutch, and Belgians, we know not.
Yea, for they cannot get along, not like us, we Americans. No joke there, just a point.
I, fair sister, thou and me, I a sister, thou a stepsister, I a stepsister to you, we must here now concoct a plot. A plot to bring our family strong. This is the thing I wish. I wish for you and I and mother to be unit. Perhaps with dogs and other existential family members who may come once and again, but not our sister, nay, not Bianca.
Yea, I will come with thee and follow thee on thy steps, though thou art my step-sister. And I will follow thee on thy plan and help thee along thy way, although I do wish that thou wouldst make an effort with Bianca, for she doth look up to you so.
Wilt thou be with me, or wilt thou be against, or wilt thou as such a flower maid just here upon the desert die?
Yea, for the good of our family I am with thee, for better or for nay.
Aye, and thou and I together we shall bloom, and Bianca perchance may meet her nefarious doom. To be an orphan here is much of any splendid thing. For here to be an orphan, I do know that I am my best friend, and indeed I am. For being just myself and having none other, I am but free to walk from here to there, and there to here I can come back again. I am like a very rubber band on my own finger, back and fro, to and hence, when sometimes I will hit myself in mine eye. This is not by design, you see. This is more as an extra occurrence of scientific methodology. It will come to and fro, it will sometimes come back. It is potential energy, you see, and I have great potential here upon this stead.
What's that ruckus up above, I see?
Nay, it is the orphan master, Tom. He is a many-scarred and tattooed man, with countenance quite ill.
Clomp, go my feet as I walk up them steps, walking every day, 65 years old, too many steps for a man my age. Come up to shutting up them children. Oh, what's this noise you be making? This lady now, you hold still now, don't swell, I cannot move too quick. You come back here, young, what'd you say your name was? I don't keep track because orphans die here.
I have no name, fair sir. I have not here been named, as I am just an orphan, sir. You people do call me Orphy.
Yea, now I remember well. I name things as I see them. That is why I have buried 10,000 Orphies in my day.
Pray, Pray come, I am but here, thy humble servant, and I will but do thy will. Thou wilt never have a trouble here with me. Too grateful am I for this house upon I stand beneath.
Nay, 'twill not have trouble with you, for I have come to terms with certain people of influence in this here town, and plans have been made, and efforts have been granted.
Thou hast been to Austin? Tell, what is it like?
Oh, it is a beauteous place. Grand and gorgeous, great stone monuments decorated to God, rising up out of the great Texas landscape. Defiant of God's will, they stand there, erect, well, you know, reaching to the heavens, an effort by mankind to be greater than himself.
This does of many splendid pasties seem to me. If only I could see the glimmering lights of Austin, but for once in my short life I would be thrilled.
Yea, well thou art in luck for once in thy short and unfortunate life, for I have business for thee to attend to.
I? Well, pray tell.
You are to head to Austin, deliver that note to the address signed. Do not open that letter and make sure nobody reads it in or out.
I will my best to do this task in tale, but here is something that I must confess. He does not know this poor boy cannot read. This will a trial for me it certainly be, but I will do it now, for this my moment is. Orphe, thy destiny is near. And when thy destiny is near, thou must have nothing yet to fear.
What? Okay.
Splattered on the turf.
Yeah, I got one, my boy. Throw it in the sack. Don't let me hear you talking about blood again. It's a disturbing thing to ring inside a father's ears, the voice of his son speaking things so gruesome.
No, Pa, it is because I play them video games in which I have but seen many a murder done, and I am desensitized to such things.
Indeed, I had no idea how that did happen. There, clean my gun for me. Tell me something, son. I haven't seen you much these last few weeks. Thou hast not been at our family dinners, and that does not keep company with his family. Is a lad that is a sorry sort for sure.
Father, I have news to tell thee, sir. I have begun and got myself a job, as thou were wont to tell me all the time. I have but found a job of great esteem. I do but work for Google.
Hey! Thou dost work for Google, the great rainbow computer system of the gods.
I am but a demigod, or something lesser than, I suppose, as I have just but barely started as an intern, they do call it. Intern.
Thou might be a high and mighty intern now, and thou still will bow in respect to God, and will not call himself a demigod while in the position of his father.
Oh, I will not say that, sir, again. I did not realize the demigod was such an affront to the celestial God in heaven, whom we do but praise here in Dust, Texas.
Thou knowest well, son. I've taught you well.
Thy Father, I can also teach thee well, for I do think that some of the things we do are slight disorganized, may say. I do not wish to give a slight to thee, but, Dad, I could but show thee tricks or two, and then our family could be color codes.
Well, methinks that thou dost speak in strangest ways. Thou must have been born between 1984 and 1993, or whatever millennials are. I do not like a son that speaks to his father in such a way as an equal, but I am interested. I understand that the world is not that which I thought it was as a boy, and that the younger folk must teach us older folk lessons. And so I will open my ear to you and and understand what you have to say.
Aye, thou art a most and reasonable sort of patriarch, which I do here commend. Aye, father, I shall tell you all the tale, and this a tale of numbers clicky-clack, of zeros, then of ones, poured back and forth, and with those numbers will accelerate the internet, I'll tell you of that too. And come, pray, let's crush a cup, and from this time, after I shall enlighten all your thoughts, so you can here be in the present time, and not an old fogey who's passed time by.
Okay. So we have 3 storylines.
Yeah, we got 3 storylines here, right?
Okay, so we have the
Check in.
sisters.
The terrible, mean sisters.
Mean sisters.
Well, the one's mean.
One's especially mean.
Yeah, the other one, we'll see.
Oh, serious.
Yeah.
We have the... Orphe.
Yeah,
who's on a mission to Austin.
Yeah, to deliver a letter.
And we have these 2 guys that shoot gophers.
Yeah, they shoot gophers, and the son just got a job for Google.
Great.
Okay.
What do you want to do next?
Yeah, so I feel like, let's check in with this mean sister here. I'd like to, I think we should probably meet Bianca.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. We could talk about her. So, let's maybe cut to Bianca doing some chores, and, the other sister can be sort of belittling her, or setting the seeds up for her demise.
Yep.
Ooh, right. Thou mopst with much aplomb, young baby.
In Constance, thou did startle me so. My heart did jump nearly out of my chest. A thing that would have been especially tragic, for then I would have had to clean it thereafter.
It would be tragic, ha 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 ha. I would love to see thy heart leap from thy chest. Not maybe I would, What do my passions here to tell me, Tay?
Constance, if thou hast nothing to say to me, I prefer to work alone. My productivity is higher than you see, and I want nothing more than to contribute to my family in such an economic way.
Wouldst thou not know which that hath father sent in epistle to this family?
Yea, father has sent something of a gift.
Oh, perchance, thou said thou wouldst in solitude prefer, I shall
Nay, sister, go not. I wish to hear from father. It has been so long he has been in Europe.
Bray, stop not mopping. Aye, their task is here at hand. This dusty chamber from the desert air will not but clean itself.
Yea, for muck doth not take a holiday, and ne'er shall I.
Father has asked that one of his dear kin would meet him in a special place not far from here. I said that I should probably go. Me, knowing best of father's wishes, always having his most tender affection received, and such a person as thee probably would not have interest in an arduous journey to the edge of Austin.
Oh, nay, Constance, I do agree. I think thou, as our oldest sister, doth earn the course. But if thou dost not want to go, I will do the effect for thee with no trouble asked.
Oh, I know my duty as the finest daughter, as the eldest of this family here. I do but will the way I want to go. Thou dost not have to save me here, although if thou wouldst prove thyself to father, perhaps once in thy fine life thou could have nice a trinket or a smile from father, for he is not one to give such things to such scum.
Nay, no, sir. I do know thee well. I am the youngest after all, and I do go third in line. I know my place well enough.
The task is this. Thou knowest the bluffs beyond the Austin Ridge, where canst thou look upon the city there below?
Yea, 'tis said there is the rock by which the city's named, rounder than the rest.
Aye. The rocks are round and slippery to the touch, and thus a difficult task then to climb. For father, he hath asked for his return for all the rocks to shine of gleaming light, for that when his plane do touch down from Europe, he may see the shining home which he has left. But it is a task most daunting, not for faint of heart.
Nay, but sister, I have made a thought. For I do spend all of my time cleaning most horrid things. Yea, of the whole house from top to bottom, for there is no better sister for cleaning but for me.
Aye, and thou the dirty sort. This is a type of antithesis I see. The dirtiest of humans do the cleaning most. There is a sort of poetry, although my ear does not ring true with poems. I do not have the time for such affairs. It is the pastime of a silly sort, but still thou makes a point.
Oh, thou sister, I know that thy words do sting, and thou do intend to hurt me, but I should say that I am most proud to be your sister, and am warmed just by your company.
I hear these words that she do speak to make my bile rise up inside, and the niceties she is incapable of hate. If only I could show that her true self to father was of this hate, then he would love me best.
Yea, sister, hast thou taken ill? Thou stared into the corner for quite some time.
Fie, fair sister, take this map, and here upon it I have laid on all the rocks which father said have cleaned. They are but far from one another, and but tricky to ascend. But if thou dost this kindness for our good Sir Patriarch, thou wilt perhaps his favor finally have.
My father's favor, all I ever dreamed. And just a simple task that must be done? Well, yea, is there a time limit on this course?
There is, aye. By the midnight toll of bell tomorrow, thou must have this done.
Nay, then shall be done. Those rocks shall never be cleaner. I'll clean them so good, I won't be...
Pray hush, now. Calm thy voice, and thou hast already made thy choice.
Thank you.
An orphan's work is never done. I am but here upon the city's limits of this Austin tell. I must but hear a gatekeeper to meet. I do but think he will but point me in the direction which shall show me the way that I will soon become a man.
You there, lad! What dost thou want upon the gates of Austin?
I see that thou art dressed head to toe as such a clown may be. A red nose, a large deer wig, and this a tent as splendid as this orphan have but never seen. Pray, sir, what is this?
Well, what may be clown to you is culture for us. This is the traditional dress of Austin, Texas. And thou hast slandered our look. Thou shalt never enter Austin. Not no way, not no how.
Pray, sir. Perhaps I can but here convince you, as my journey is but pure. I am a noble, humble orphan. I have not but seen the ways beyond the concrete walls of old Tom's cabin.
Yea, I will listen to thee, orphan. Tell me thy name, for I do not listen to those without.
My name is Orphe.
The lacks imagination, I do say, but, hey, Austin's for weirdos, or something like that.
My surname Black, Orphe Black.
Orphe Black. Lovely to meet you, Orphe. What business do you have in Austin?
Here I do but have a letter, sir, of which is very private matter, sir. I cannot tell thee of what is within, but if thou couldst but point me in this direction which may lead me to fulfill my conquest, I would...
Nay, see, we have run to issue here, for there are spies about these dangerous times, what with European wars and Asian nuclear annihilation.
Why don't
that happened in this universe already. Yea, dangerous times, and we don't let just any stranger into Austin. Nay, thou must prove thyself a true hero.
I pray you give me but a trial, and I will this humble Orphe Black do fulfill any quite demand which thou may have for me.
Yea, I will put thee through thy paces.
I can but pace, I do but have 2 legs.
And thou keeps a quick tongue as well. I will put you through efforts, each one more dastardly than the next. Each one... Congratulations! Thou art granted access to Austin. Quick wits have shown that you have a hero's heart.
Pray, couldst thou but just comfort for this humble orphan here the sweet delight of saying true the address?
Yea, 1005 Schmuffrin Street.
Yes, Schmuffrin Street.
Yea, an address that's not where I live.
Good day, fair sir. Clown thee well. Be well, clown. Clown, not, clown in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Hey, watch thy clown, or I will permanently give you a frown.
Honk, honk, I must but go.
Bye.
From my office in Northern California. I have much here accomplished, and I will but soon be on your screen. My visage will but here reflected be by something that we have called Google Chat.
Margaret, the table TV won't turn on.
Now, Father, here at this appointed time, I shall but show thee with an introduction, of which shall satisfy my sonly duties to thee, and make up for the lost time I have gained by traveling across this country far and wide.
Dear son, I do see thy visage.
Hello, dear Father, I do see thine too.
Canst thou see me?
A good moral. Yes, I can but see thee, Father, of course. For thou hast tiny a screen underneath the mine, and backwards and forth we can both see one another, and to see if the connection here is strong.
Yea, now tell me, son, does this be work of Google?
Aye, it is but work of Google, and but many people come afore me have but made a language here, and not such a language as thou would but speak, but such a language as thou would but type, to program in, and now I can but see thee, and thou canst but see me.
Hey, son, how is thy time at thy new job? Me and your mother do wish you very well.
They will but not let me a rifle bring into my work, which they have said is common practice.
Yea, and violates your very rights by law or something. Thou should have a gun.
I do but feel this to be true, but pray, this is not the discourse of which we will now be speaking. That is for another time, my dear Father. Here I am to show you how to organize our life in tabs. And as we have those tabs, we shall but now a family plan create.
Yea, well, it doth bring a smile to my face to see a smile upon yours, son. And things have been hard since you've been away, but your mother and I do stay strong in hopes to see you soon.
I will come home for Thanksgiving, as we have aforementioned and but promised, Father.
Yea, we may call you sooner, son, for time has become something of import. Thou must not stay away for quite so long. Methinks 3 months at best, if that should choose for you.
For this is such the very trial period of my employment. They do not have to give my resignation tender if I do but screw up within 3 months.
Yea, good son, good. I must go. Your mother and I do have a busy day, but I will look forward to hearing how your month does go, and see you in 3 months, yea?
Yea, and Father, pray, do not open emails which do seem but strange, all right?
Nay, for the whole world doth seem strange to me.
I love thee kindly and do wish thee well.
You as well, my boy, you as well.
I am duly surprised he was able to accomplish this much task.
Okay, where are we at?
So we can go further. Bianca, she's got to go clean.
Okay, so Bianca has been sent on a task to polish rocks in the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
What's his name?
Yeah. So then we've also got the orphan is going to come to terms with her. I feel like we're going to skip ahead. I want to see the orphan and Bianca meet here.
Yeah.
I think that the address is right on the edge of those bluffs, and there's going to be some sort of high danger that's going on here. I think we need to bring those two together because we need to see what is this family going to collapse, or are they going to be saved here, and how?
Sure. Sounds great.
Let's go.
Nay, the sun hath fallen below the horizon. I do not know what time it be, but it must be time soon enough. I have been traveling now for hours, what seems, polishing rocks here and there, all across this great desert. They seem to grow out of the sand. never seem to end. I shine them best I can till I do see my visage shining back. To make me smile, to do good work for my family. But I do but feel empty, feel very alone. All will be well. My sister will love me, my father too.
Alas, fair maid, I am but here to look upon the... Oh, she is a beauty as I've never seen her in this life. Oh, often still thy beating heart. Do not but sweat form now upon thy brow. Thou must be strong. She is a lady,
Hello, young stranger. I did not expect to see another person up this far.
I had but wanted to deliver this a letter special from my master Tom, and I have now become quite lost here. This is the very border, yes, of Austin.
Yea, 'tis the border, 'tis true. Who dost thou send the letter to? For there are no addresses this far out.
I do not wish to tell thee at this point, fair maid, but I do know, of course I know the letter. My two eyes have seen it and have read.
Yea, thou answers questions that I did not ask. For I do just wish to ask if you have water, for I have been traveling for a few hours now and have not had much to drink.
These many gleaming rocks, is this the way that all these rocks do normally but see?
Yea, 'tis my task, and I do toil and shake and scrape them so that they do shine.
Lady, mayhaps I give a deft solution to thy quandary.
Yea, thou may give a deft solution. I am not deaf to good ideas.
And it would come death better than to lie to thee, fair maid.
Yea, most definitely.
I would but lend a hand, perchance, and in thy task I could but help thee hence. And after this task now soon be completed, thou could but perhaps help me in my task, and then to task completed, we would be done and free to pursue things with more freedom and lightness of my heart.
Yea, for many hands do make light work, and this is heavy work as it stands. I will enjoy thy company and thy toils. Oh, thy skin is hot and wet.
This is a moistness here between us that I have never but experienced. Oh, the hands of Master Tom are cold and grizzled, dry like sandpaper. Oh, but she is soft and sweet like the underside of a Texas turtle.
May I ask thee, boy, careful. May I ask thee, boy, how old art thou?
Old enough, I say, and young enough as well. The prey to the task.
Oh, okay.
I am but 12.
Yea, 12. Yea, that is the change of plans.
12 past 10.
12 past 10, yea, 22.
Aye.
Aha, my arithmetic lessons did pay off.
I like to plant the seed at first and then come up with the truth because it makes me seem more tall and worldly.
Yea, well, 22 is apt as well, for I am but 21.
Ah, that is but...
1 year different, yea. Arithmetic doth strike again, a laser sharp wit.
Numeracy is a de facto part of literacy. It does escape me too, but I shall fake it till I make it.
Okay, freeze, 1 second. So we promised some danger.
Yeah.
We've got the two factions coming together.
Yeah.
This seems like a solution.
So we're gonna.
I don't want a solution.
Yeah, we're gonna climb up. We're gonna climb up this cliff, and I think it's gonna get real perilous.
Right.
So let's cut to like we're on top of the cliff.
Yeah.
We've got the pleasantries done.
This is like 5 minutes later.
This is 5 minutes later. Okay, here we go.
Cool.
Okay, so that's where this. So we're gonna take it back. We've got the sister, and maybe let's have the two sisters, and they're gonna watch their sister die. Okay, so they're the top of the bluff. They're ready to watch that.
Great. Comedy play.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Great.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Here, let's get come up. Hi, serious. Look at our tiny sister there below.
Yea, there she doth sit,
to the rocks for very life.
Aye, should we but lend a hand? What dost thou think?
I do wonder, good sister, for part of me still doth love my very kin, but thou hast hypnotized me with thy elderly charms.
To steal thy soul, Seriosa. This is not time to think of second option. We have but got this course, and follow through we shall.
Yea, but I have second thoughts, for my heart doth beat to and fro, flipping forward and back like a fish fresh out of water.
If thou flips back forth like a fish, I shall but end thy life as such a fish would want. I will but throw thee off the cliff, and thou shalt perish in the ocean there below.
Yea, I do understand thee well, Constance, and I shall stay constant in our stride.
Aye, thou shalt, for if thou makes a step to the left, if thy tiny feet in glassed shoe shall slip upon the floor, I shall but see. I am the ever-constant sister, always in the court, always there behind you. I will not slip, I will not slide, and thou my will must now abide.
Yea, sister, yea!
I must send you now this note because thou wilt a special thing for me to do. It's called geocaching. I'm going to send you to a spot upon a map which Google have pertained, and it will take you to a special spot where there will be a trinket that has there been placed by someone else. I know not who, I know not what, I do but know it will be fun.
The sound of exciting times, good son, but I am afraid I cannot make, for tragedy has struck, I am afraid.
Nay, that cannot be. I thought this was a comedy to be.
Yea, no, I wish it so, but unfortunately not that. For I did tell thee 3 months was thy time limit, and only a month and a half has passed.
Aye.
But thy mother could not wait 3 months, unfortunately. She's passed on, my boy.
What? Why wouldst thou not this information give to me?
Yea, thou wert living thy dream, and I did not want to interrupt. We thought it could wait but 3 months, or 3 measly months for our son's dream. Yea, I would live 1,000 years to make your dreams come true.
Papa, this is the most disastrous news that thou dost now impart to me. I will on nearest flat do catch, and I will fly into the sky and comb to Austin hence. I am but sorry for my sweet delay.
Nay, son, thou must stay. It doth be strange, I do know I wish nothing more than to see your face, but your mother's wish upon her bed was that you stay in your current place and you make a strong effort forward and become the man we wished you were, and you become a great and powerful person to represent our family here. So please, son, please just stay away. Do not come here. Do come today.
Okay. I will but keep thy word, dear father, sir, because thou also know best. However, I must confess my heart is now but torn. As thou wilt place the mother to the ground, I shall likewise my nose to grindstone put. And then I will but do thee proud, my sir, and perhaps in remembrance of my mom.
Such beauteous words I never heard aloud. Trust me, son, you've already made me proud. So let's end this motherfucker.
Yeah, all right.
So we got what's her name?
Yeah, they're on the cliff.
They're on the
Okay,
cliff.
we're probably gonna cut back to there, and I think we might have an entrance of the father. I think we got to see this guy.
Definitely.
Right, the patriarch's got to come in from this family.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna take you right back to the edge of the cliff.
Great. Wait 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Pray hold on. My fingers cannot hold much longer.
Nay, good mistress, I will now, but here, now, but I'm so scared.
Thou art so scared that voice just changed. Methinks thou hast changed 10 years in but this moment now.
I am the same, but also different. I am here and now, tumultuous brain and craziness to come. The timbre of my voice is all over the place.
Orphe Black, of certain namesake, I do fear that I will let go, and thy name Black is the portal we shall enter soon.
and thus upon my life thou shalt proclaim that thou now hast sweet success. Up and down, yes, and higher still. Yes, and low and high.
Yeah, I have reached my limit, I'm afraid. This is the end. There is no success, for it is still out of my reach. My fingers grow tired. I cannot hold. I'm slipping, Orphy, slipping. So make your peace with God, for we do fall. It's not the fall that kills you, but a sudden stop. Yea, and there's a sudden stop at the bottom.
My heart is not for thou, do I love thee. I love thee. I must now confess it here. This perhaps may be our final blow.
Yea, our final blow indeed. And as I, oh no. Almost lost you there, my girl, and your boy.
Orphy Black, sir.
Yay.
Orphy Black.
Yay.
I've got my voice back.
Lovely to meet you, Orphy Black. Well, may I ask what business thou hast with my daughter?
I do but here have a letter to deliver to this very spot.
Yeah.
I do but say, perhaps thou could but hence direct me here. I see upon it, it is very stately for a man of much stature or lady, I know not.
Yea, but the address denoted here, and namesake be my own.
Aye.
Well, this letter must be for me to read, for it says my name upon it. And so it says my name upon it, so my name is, as check my driver's license if you will. But thou must not, for thou wilt take my word, for my name is Darn.
Daddy, I am so thrilled to see thee here. Thou hast been saved my life. Hast thou seen these rocks which I have polished since for thee?
Yea, I've come quite a long way to see thee, daughter, and I am made very happy by this task. I crawled through muck and blood each step of the way. Dangerous Swiss hiding in the bushes, the French hiding in the sand. Yea, Londoners from the sky.
Oh, Father, thou do not tell these virgin ears of
Europe. Sorry, I was taken back.
Pray stay here, but in Texas, where there is no violent crime.
Nay, where it is so safe, for we all have guns.
Pray, sir, open up the letter which I have been here bestowed upon thee. I would know the contents with therein.
Yea, I'll open soon, Don't know what your hurry is. Oh my.
Daddy, what says this letter? Pray, I would know the fate of this sweet boy who was my dear companion and has tried in such your absence to but save me. He did but fail, but I know his heart is but pure.
Hey, Bianca. I found a great fortune here today.
Why, sir?
Yea. Thou, Bianca Ferguson, I, Don Ferguson, Seriosa Ferguson, Orphy Ferguson.
What?
Yea. I am not in the habit of raising boys. So when you were born, I sent you off to be raised in orphanage to make these strong. Or it was how I was raised, you see, the way I know. Make strong lads.
There were but many such like me. There were another Orphy, and another Orphy, and yea, another Orphy.
Yea, I kept sending my sons, but they kept dying. But thou hast finally returned to me, ripe like an orange, ready to be picked.
I am such an orange is but full and plump as I am plump with life and love for thee, my father dear.
Yea, and I did note the way that thou did look upon thy sister. All sorts of new awkwardness, I think, beyond age.
She were the first of sort I had ever seen. Her lovely countenance doth inspire in me a most brotherly love. I am but sure, yea, brotherly, nay, nothing more and nothing less.
Hey, boy, how dost feel? Finally belong? Art thou happy to drop thy name of Black?
I would too be happy to, but drop my name of Orphy. Hast thou another name for me, father?
Yea. I will call thee Helpo.
Hello, Ferguson, from this moment shall I be. Thou hast here my dreams of crushing. What dost thou add to family members? Aye, they break like glasses in the wind.
Yea, Constance. Thou art my most difficult daughter, for sure. Always acting out, and has been so since the day thou wert born.
I have it here in fine regalia, Vina. I was the architect of this fair cleanliness. I am the
Oh, sweet sister, I know it's well thy pain, for thou art frustrated, not with me, not with, not with, new guy. Thou art frustrated with thyself. Thou art so inconstant, for thou canst not find a constancy within.
I do but hate myself. There I have now discovered it. And now that I do know that it is me, myself, I do detest it, not my sister, Phoebe, not my father. I am but now a holy woman, and I... Pa, that's a big gopher I do see here upon the turf.
Yea. Went down mighty slow, I darest declare. The bullets nearly slowed it, didn't drop it dead.
I saw you catch it when it was befallen with thy gun. That was a clever shot to make so sure that this dear big rodent is dead.
Yea. Tell me, son, how is being home? Is different since mother's gone?
Aye, sir, it is but different now that it is just thou and myself. Here it is a calmer, a smaller family now we have become. I do lament the loss of my dear Ma, but find new strength in you, my dear Pa.
Yea, smaller in number, but stronger in will. For our love is still 3 times, though we be only 2 men.
I would but throw this Google in the past. I do not think its staying power has. It is but here a fad. It will but go as all things here have gone. The phonograph, the musket here, and also Christianity as now has fallen in this land.
Hey, son, I would not have thee give up thy dream.
Aye, Father, but what is a dream without a family to surround thee hands? This is the truth, and this here is my dream. Thou art my dream, and I can be of yours. We can a magic make, a sort of thing which closer here now together family may bring.
My boy, my son, I do see thee well. And when I look upon thee, I have the same feeling inside as when I look into the mirror. Full pride.
A father's love may not always recoup.
But family ties are stronger than the stones.
And to return unto your father's stoop.
Where you may finally rest your weary bones.
A family's warm embrace, the kindest sort.
Of love and hunger and of good support.
The families now that you never can but thwart.
When constant bickering cause constancy retorts.
And now our story weaves unto an end.
Is this the last one?
Not yet.
Okay. As families are drawn together still.
And what will be around the other bend.
Another chance to test your family's will.
And in this case, the sister found her fella.
Hope you liked the show and it didn't smell up.